up that shot. What you doing? Tighten up that shot, boy. Tighten up that shot. What you doing? Nah, that's too tight. All right, that's better. What's good, YouTube? I go by the name of Q. If you're unfamiliar, if you are familiar, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. Debt free. My 2-year anniversary of being debt free. Almost. We almost made it. If you're unaware, I became debt free March 30th, 2020 after 4 long years of paying back $33,000 worth of debt. That debt included mostly student loans. I had a bank charge off, I had some medical bills, and I had a personal loan. $33,000 total, and it took me 4 years to pay that off, and I became debt free March 30th, 2020. That was a very exciting time for me, a very joyous moment, right? I worked so hard to pay that debt off, and I celebrated. I did a last payment live stream if you're unaware, so go check that out. I'll link that in the cards so you can go watch that. Also, I did a couple videos already as far as my debt-free anniversary goes. So I did a 1-year update, and this will be my 2-year update, but I actually accumulated a little more debt before I reached that mile marker. So March 17th, as you know, if you've been following the channel, I just purchased a new home. So I took out a mortgage loan on March 17th, and March 17th is 13 days shy of March 30th. So March 30th, 2022 would have been my 2-year debt-free anniversary, but it is what it is. I just accumulated some good debt, so that's no big deal. But I want to talk about everything that I've experienced and everything I've done from becoming debt-free up until purchasing a home and accumulating debt again. My overall debt-free journey started by following the teachings of Mr. Dave Ramsey. As so many other beginners who are starting to get good with their money, we stumble across Dave Ramsey somehow, and we follow him up until the point where we no longer need him, for lack of a better term, right? Some people follow him all the way through baby step 7, but I reached baby step number 4, and I was like, okay, I can take the training wheels off now. I'm doing my own thing, but I am grateful for the things that I've learned from him over the years. Upon becoming debt free back in 2020, the things I've experienced since then has been amazing. I deal with a lot of stress on a day-to-day basis. I work a manual labor job. I have 2 kids, a wife, a dog, so there's always stress in my shoulders no matter what. But becoming debt free, that relieved a huge load off my shoulders, and I actually still feel the relief to this day. I kid you not. The feeling is almost indescribable. I can't necessarily put it in words right now, but you would have to feel it personally for yourself to fully understand what I'm talking about. So all my debt-free people, y'all know what I'm talking about. You get a sense of joy, you get a sense of relief, as I mentioned, but you also get a sense of pride. You get a sense of pride by doing the legwork and the hard work and everything it takes to become debt free. And regardless if you get a payoff or not, it should be reward enough to know that you did what it takes, right? You don't have to receive a plaque or a trophy, even though that would be nice, but it is what it is, right? As human beings, and I think I've talked about this before on the channel, but as human beings, we work off of incentives in general. That should be well known, right? If you don't know, human beings work off of incentives. The only reason you go to work or do the things you do as a career is because you want to get paid. If you didn't get paid for it, more than likely you probably wouldn't be going to work or doing the things you're doing. If you're familiar with B.F. Skinner, he's a psychologist, a behaviorist, a philosopher. He was also a professor at Harvard. He was a professor at Harvard from 1958 through 1974, I believe. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but my wife studied him heavily. She introduced me to him, and I started studying him, and I was just like, wow, this guy is a brilliant mind. But he introduced the world to the token economy system, which in a nutshell states that if you receive a reward for certain behaviors, then more than likely you're going to continue those behaviors. That's just a fact. Hence why when you post, you get likes, you get comments, you get subs. People get excited about that stuff, and therefore they continue to post. You go to work, you get a paycheck, you continue to go to work. That's neither here nor there. Back to the debt. I go off on these side tangents, and sometimes I can't even I can't even catch myself. I just had to say, like, what are you even talking about? I could have went on a whole psychology rant. But again, back to the debt. We're talking about being debt free, right? A lot of you may still have debt. A lot of you may be in the process of becoming debt free, and it's a beautiful thing. I'll say continue to go through the process, because it's definitely a process. I've learned a ton becoming debt free. Throughout my process, I've learned the actual skill of budgeting money. I was never good at budgeting, right? I didn't make my first budget until I was 27 years old. And even then, it took time to get good with budgeting, to make the certain tweaks that I needed to make, to know how much to allocate and which line item, so forth and so on. But when I got to that point and mastered it, I was able to see how much extra I had to put towards my debt in the future. And the more refined my budget got, that did nothing but motivated me to go harder, right? Because once I got my budget tight, I was able to see, okay, you have this much. This is the amount you can put towards your debt. So if you want to fast forward the process, you clearly need to make more money. Your four walls is covered, and all the discretionary income is all you have to either have fun with or put towards debt. What you want to do. The trajectory is based on what you do. And once I figured that out, I got a fire lit up under me, and that made me fast forward the process. Once I started making more money and putting more money towards debt, that was something that excited me because I saw the light at the end of the tunnel where I said, okay, now I'll be able to invest more money. So this whole almost 2 years of being debt free, I've been able to save a lot of money, like multiple thousands of dollars. I think I've saved about $30,000-$40,000, maybe even $50,000 if I'm being honest, in cash and investments. $50,000 in less than 2 years. That's some people's annual salary, but the only reason I was able to do that is because I consciously lived below my means, well below my means. As y'all know, I was living in a house hack prior to buying my new home. So I was living with my in-laws in the basement, paying a fraction of what the going market rate is for rents. The condo we were staying in before we moved into my in-laws, we were paying $1,775 per month for 1 bedroom. That's insane. So we decided to move in with the in-laws. That $1,775 went down to $600. $600 for me, $600 for my wife, so $1,200 total. That's a $575 per month save. Most people aren't even willing to make that sacrifice, so I want to put that out there. Sometimes you have to deal with a little bit of discomfort, right? I wasn't comfortable living with my wife's parents. Like it was cool. Like I love my wife's parents. We have a good relationship, but at the end of the day, as a man, I need to have my space, right? I can't head of the household how I want to head of the household living in somebody else's household, especially with having kids, right? It just, you know, but I did what I had to do. I sucked it up, paused, I took it on the chin, and I was just like, do what you gotta do. It's only temporary. You'll learn from it, you'll grow from it, you'll save a lot of money, and it is what it is. Fast forward 18 months of living in that basement, and now we're here. So like I said, I was almost debt free for 2 years, but my overall plan didn't consist of me being debt free forever. I mentioned in my last video that I'm actually pro debt as long as it's good debt, because there is a difference between good debt and bad debt, right? Overall debt is negative, but some debt can be leveraged and other debts just keep you in the hole, and there's no way for you to leverage any type of upward mobility from it. So that's what I mean by good debt and bad debt. I'll make a video on that in the future. So to tie this thing up and put a bow on it, being debt free for almost 2 years allowed me to save $50,000 in cash and investments, allowed me to purchase my family this home that I'm living in currently, and it also allowed me to do a little more extracurricular activities with my kids. It allowed me to cover a lot of hospital bills, and you know, we just had a newborn baby, so the hospital bills on top of the insurance we didn't have to think about it or bat an eye at it because we had the money saved up. It allowed me to fully fund an emergency fund in the process as well. It allowed me to do so many things, right? That's why they say when you become debt free, it's almost like giving yourself a raise, because the money you were once paying to the creditors, right, you get to keep that money now, and that money stays in your account, and you're able to do whatever else it is you want to do with that money. So like this video for me if you liked it. If you're currently in debt and working your way out, please let me know your balance in the comments, and let me know what plans you have for working at. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I'll be more than willing to do that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Also join the Q crew. Subscribe to my accountability group by clicking the join link right down below, and let's just keep it moving. I go by the name of Q, and like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I'll holler at y'all next video. Peace.